be a sponge, and then bring the juice.
By focusing on your improvement, by focusing on your progress, and eliminating any fixed mindset that you may have and acts of perfectionism, then you encourage your own mastery.
On some level, we do what we want to do 24 hours a day. Now, sometimes it may not seem like that, but if I'm choosing to work instead of sleep, what I'm actually saying is keeping my job is more important than sleeping.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting beat. What can I do to get over this hump? So mentally, that's when I kind of put that forefront, like, hey, it's either all or nothing.
I like to put failure in quotations because I don't believe that failure is true failure if you're looking at it with the right mindset.
The truth is, the journey to greatness is hard. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus, and every day you have to decide what you value, what you want to pursue, and what you want to achieve. And if you dig deep enough, if you push hard enough, we all have what it takes to be great. Welcome to the Edge of Greatness. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose. It is Monday, February 20th, President's Day. So I hope you're having a wonderful holiday. And today, what I thought would be interesting is to revisit a lesson that I kind of touched on during my conversation with Stephen Timoney. In that conversation, he talked about the principle and the approach of learn, practice, teach, repeat. And something about this system of getting better just makes sense to me. Because we start, when we are on our journey to learning something, we start by trying to consume information. We want to consume as much as we possibly can. The problem is that if we never transfer that information and we never start to practice it, so we have all of this new knowledge, all this new information. So if you are constantly consuming stuff, but you never put it into your own personal practice, you don't really know what that knowledge means. You don't know how to apply it. You don't know how it works. The practice part for all of this is how we can figure out how that knowledge relates to you. Because everybody's personal experiences, everybody's abilities, everybody's world that they're playing in is somewhat slightly different. So the knowledge that you consumed may not work exactly like it did in the format that you consumed it. There may be some tweaks you have to make, but you won't know that until you start to practice. And that practice is going to open you up to being able to adjust what you know for who you are. From there, the next part of this is to teach it. Because again, like I said before, everyone's environments are a little bit different. So in order to teach it to somebody else, you have to be able to fully understand it, know how you've made adjustments, and then help others make their adjustments. Those are a lot of different moving parts. That's a lot of different things that you have to understand. But by teaching it, you become a master of it. If you only learn it and never practice it, it's knowledge that you can't apply. If you only practice it and you never teach it, then you're not fully mastered. You're just good at what you do. But once you learn how to teach it to others, now you've become a master. And once you become a master, you repeat this process and you start learning something the next level up. And then each time you level up and repeat this cycle, you gain a little bit more and you move a little bit further up your mountain. And I think that this is one of those principles that we can continue to implement into our lives forever. We just have to have that hunger for wanting to get better, that hunger for knowledge, that hunger for experience, and then that desire to help somebody. And if we have those three things and we continue to push at them, there's no way that you don't find the greatness that you're seeking. So think about your life. Think about the things and the tasks and the skills that you're trying to acquire and what you're doing. Are you just learning? Have you moved into practice yet? Do you understand how the practice works? Are you ready to start to teach? Once you've done that, repeat. It's pretty simple. But I love the way that it just makes, in my mind, perfect sense for how we can continue to level up over time. And it also speaks to the importance of the application of knowledge. There's two different ways to apply it. One is to ourselves and the next is to somebody else. And if all we do is consume and we never apply, then it's wasted knowledge. So I love it if you're out there reading. I love it if you're out there consuming knowledge, but it's time to start to put it to work. How does it work for you? What can you get from that knowledge to create change in your life? But, that's for today. If you have questions on this principle, if you have concerns or thoughts, I'd love to hear them. I'm here to help. You can reach out to me through my email. It's charles@theedgeofgreatnessproject.com. I am an open door, and I'd love to help you kind of navigate through this journey that you're on. So, as always, guys, keep reaching for the stars. Fall flat on your face, but remember, whenever we fall, always get up. Thank you for joining us today on the Edge of Greatness podcast. If you haven't yet, please take a minute now to subscribe and review our show. Join us again next week as we continue to dig deeper into the key components of greatness. The path to greatness is never linear, so remember to keep pursuing greatness no matter what. Keep stretching your abilities, reach for the stars, and fall flat on your face. But remember, no matter what happens, whenever we fall, always get up. Until next time, I'm Charles Schultz, and this was the Edge of Greatness podcast.